Imagine a world where a catfight between two Bond girls isn't just a stunt, it's personal. Martine Beswick and Raquel Welch insisted on doing their own fight scene, no doubles, and their chemistry sizzles. But is that enough to save 1 million years BC from its own prehistoric cliches? Beswick, fresh off her Bond fame, didn't even audition. Hammer Films just handed her the role. Yet the real question is, can stop-motion dinosaurs and a love story as old as time itself still captivate audiences today? In the realm of prehistoric cinema, few films have left as indelible a mark as 1 million years BC, 1966. This Hammer Films production, directed by Don Chaffee, transports us to a world of savage tribes, fierce creatures, and, surprisingly, a love story. At its core, the film follows Tumac, a banished caveman who stumbles upon a gentler coastal tribe led by the captivating Loana, played by Raquel Welch. But this isn't just a tale of survival. It's a clash of cultures, a battle for dominance, and a testament to the raw, unfiltered nature of humanity. The film's allure isn't solely in its narrative. Ray Harryhausen's groundbreaking stop-motion animation, known as Dynamation, brings prehistoric creatures to life, though the marketing couldn't even use the term due to branding disputes. Instead, the studio attempted to coin Giant Panimation, a name that never stuck. What does stick, however, is the on-screen chemistry, particularly in the infamous catfight between Raquel Welch and Martine Beswick, who insisted on performing the scene themselves. Beswick, fresh off her roles as a Bond girl, brought a certain star power to the set, and a real-life romance with co-star John Richardson added an unexpected layer of authenticity. As we delve into this review, we'll explore how the film balances its spectacle with its story, and whether its legacy is deserved or merely a product of its time. From the live-action encounters with giant iguanas and tarantulas, a nod to the 1940 original, to the behind-the-scenes dynamics, 1 million years BC is a film that demands scrutiny. But does it hold up under the microscope? Set in a world where survival is a daily battle, 1 million years BC opens with a stark portrayal of prehistoric life. We're introduced to Tumac, a member of the brutal rock tribe whose existence is defined by violence and dominance. The film wastes no time establishing its tone as Tumac's father, the tribe's leader, clashes with him over their harsh way of life. This tension culminates in Tumac's banishment, a moment that sets the stage for his journey. Left to fend for himself in a hostile wilderness, Tumac encounters Loana, a member of the Shell tribe, a coastal group that contrasts sharply with his own. The Shell tribe values cooperation and kindness, a stark departure from the savagery, Tumac knows. Their meeting is a pivotal moment as Loana's gentle nature begins to challenge Tumac's worldview. The film's setup is intriguing because it doesn't just rely on action. It explores themes of civilization versus brutality. For instance, when the Shell tribe is attacked by a giant sea turtle, Loana identifies it as an Archulon, a detail that adds a layer of authenticity to this otherwise fantastical world. The chemistry between Tumac and Loana is palpable, but their relationship is complicated by the arrival of Peto, a rival suitor. This love triangle introduces a personal stakes that elevate the story beyond mere survival. Notably, the film's physicality is impressive, with actors like Martine Beswick and Raquel Welch performing their own stunts, including a memorable catfight that feels raw and unchoreographed. Their commitment to authenticity adds a gritty realism to the film's early scenes, making the world feel more tangible. By the end of the first act, Tumac is at a crossroads, torn between his violent past and the possibility of a gentler future. The setup masterfully balances character development with action, setting the stage for a story that's as much about personal growth as it is about prehistoric survival. Behind the fur-clad exterior of 1 million years BC lies a production story as fascinating as it is fraught with challenges. Directed by Don Chaffee and produced by Hammer Films, this 1966 epic was a bold attempt to bring prehistoric life to the silver screen. One of the most striking aspects of the film is its use of stop-motion animation, a technique that was both groundbreaking and labor-intensive. Special effects artist Ray Harryhausen, a pioneer in the field, brought the film's dinosaurs and creatures to life with his meticulous craftsmanship. However, this was only the second film in his 26-year partnership with producer Charles H. Schneer, where Schneer was not at the helm, marking a unique chapter in their collaboration. This shift in production dynamics likely contributed to the film's distinct visual style, which, while impressive for its time, now carries a certain charm that Raquel Welch herself once referred to as that silly dinosaur movie. Welch's iconic fur bikini, a centerpiece of the film's marketing, was a practical choice for the harsh filming conditions on the Canary Islands, where the crew battled unpredictable weather and rugged terrain. The scene where Tumac encounters the Allosaurus, a highlight of Harryhausen's work, required weeks of painstaking frame-by-frame animation, a testament to the dedication of the effects team. Yet, the film's production was not without its controversies. The decision to portray prehistoric life with such dramatic license, including the infamous dinosaur versus dinosaur battles, sparked debates among paleontologists and audiences alike. Despite these criticisms, 1 million years BC remains a cultural touchstone, its influence evident in the way it blends action, romance, and spectacle. The climactic fight between Tumac and Peto over Loana, set against the backdrop of a volcanic eruption, is a prime example of the film's ability to combine human drama with larger-than-life visuals. While the film may not hold up to modern scientific scrutiny, its production values and ambition are undeniable. From Harryhausen's stop-motion masterpieces to Welch's enduring star power, 1 million years BC is a film that continues to captivate even as it invites us to laugh at its more absurd moments. While the film's prehistoric setting and special effects often steal the spotlight, it's the cast of 1 million years BC that truly brings this ancient world to life. At the heart of the story is Raquel Welch as Loana, the gentle yet resilient cavewoman who captivates Tumac. Welch's performance is a standout not just for her iconic fur and shell bikini, but for her ability to convey warmth and strength in a role that demands physicality and emotional depth. Her chemistry with John Richardson, who plays Tumac, is palpable, though their characters' relationship is as rocky as the terrain they inhabit. Interestingly, Welch and Martine Beswick, who plays Nupandi, insisted on performing their intense catfight scene themselves, a testament to their commitment to authenticity. Beswick, already a Bond girl veteran, was offered the role without an audition, a nod to her rising star at the time. She recalled falling in love with Richardson on set, a romance that lasted 7 years, adding a layer of real-life drama to their on-screen dynamic. Richardson's portrayal of Tumac is raw and primal, capturing the character's struggle between his savage upbringing and the newfound humanity Loana represents. His performance is particularly striking in the early scenes where he encounters a giant iguana and tarantula, moments that blend live-action footage with Ray Harryhausen's stop-motion effects. These sequences, a tribute to the 1940 original, highlight the film's unique blend of practical and technical innovation. While the cast's performances are commendable, the film's reliance on physicality sometimes overshadows character development, leaving viewers wanting more depth. Still, Welch, Richardson, and Beswick's dedication to their roles ensures that 1 million years BC remains a memorable entry in the prehistoric genre. What truly sets 1 million years BC apart is its bold departure from the typical Hollywood backdrops of the era. Instead of relying on the familiar landscapes of Death Valley or the Iverson Movie Ranch, the film was shot on the Canary Islands of Spain. This decision gave the movie an edgier, more dramatic visual appeal, with rugged terrains and sweeping vistas that feel both alien and primal. The cinematography captures the raw beauty of these locations, making every frame feel like a glimpse into a forgotten world. One standout scene is the early encounter between Tumak and Luana, where the stark contrast between the harsh rocky cliffs and the serene coastal tribe's village underscores the clash of their worlds. The natural lighting and wide shots amplify the sense of isolation and the struggle for survival, grounding the story in a way that feels authentic despite its fantastical premise. The makeup and costume design also deserve recognition, particularly Robert Brown's character, whose look pays homage to Lon Chaney Jr.'s portrayal in the 1940 version. This continuity nod adds a layer of depth to the film's visual storytelling, bridging the gap between the two eras. While the dialogue is minimal, the film relies heavily on physical performances and visual cues to convey emotion and conflict. The fight scenes, especially the climactic battle between Tumak and Peto, are choreographed with a brutal simplicity that feels true to the era being depicted. The lack of modern weaponry or elaborate combat techniques keeps the focus on raw strength and survival instincts, making the stakes feel personal and immediate. The score, though understated, complements the action without overwhelming it, allowing the visuals and performances to take center stage. However, it's the film's commitment to its prehistoric setting that truly stands out. From the intricate cave paintings to the use of primitive tools, every detail feels meticulously researched, immersing the audience in a world that's both familiar and utterly foreign. While 1 million years BC may not be remembered for its narrative complexity, its visual and technical achievements make it a standout in the genre, offering a glimpse into a bygone era of filmmaking where ambition often outpaced practicality. While 1 million years BC may not be remembered as a cinematic masterpiece, its cultural impact is undeniable. The film's influence can be seen in the countless prehistoric-themed movies and TV shows that followed, from the Flintstones to Jurassic Park. Its legacy extends beyond the screen, too, with the iconic image of Raquel Welch in her fur bikini becoming a symbol of 1960s sexuality and a staple of pop culture. However, the film's portrayal of prehistoric life, while groundbreaking for its time, now seems laughably inaccurate, with its depiction of dinosaurs and early humans coexisting being thoroughly debunked by modern science. One particularly notable moment occurs around the 116.0 mark, where a matte painting serves as a backdrop to the action, its static clouds and unmoving volcanic smoke a reminder of the film's technical limitations. Despite these flaws, the film's ambitious scope and imaginative creature designs, overseen by special effects pioneer Ray Harryhausen, paved the way for future fantasy epics. The film's influence can also be seen in its impact on the careers of its cast and crew, with director Don Chaffee going on to helm other classic fantasy films, and Raquel Welch becoming a major star. However, it's worth noting that the film's treatment of women, particularly in the character of Luana, who exists primarily as a love interest for Tumak, reflects the era's regressive gender norms. In a memorable scene, Tumak fights caveman Peto to win Luana's favors, highlighting the film's problematic portrayal of relationships. Ultimately, 1 million years BC remains a fascinating time capsule of 1960s cinema, its cultural significance lying not in its historical accuracy, but in its bold imagination and enduring influence on popular culture. In the end, 1 million years BC is a film that, despite its flaws, leaves a lasting impression. The standout elements, such as the unique setting and Ray Harryhausen's innovative stop-motion effects, elevated above the typical prehistoric fare of its time. The Dynamation technique, though not officially credited due to branding issues, adds a layer of realism to the creatures that live-action footage alone couldn't achieve. The giant iguana and tarantula scenes, using real animals, pay homage to the 1940 original, blending old-school charm with technical ambition. However, the film's cultural impact is perhaps its most significant legacy, influencing countless prehistoric-themed works that followed. The iconic fur bikini, worn by Raquel Welch, became a symbol of the era, and the catfight scene between Welch and Martine Beswick, which they insisted on performing themselves, remains a memorable moment. Beswick's presence, fresh off her Bond girl roles, adds a layer of star power, and her on-set romance with co-star John Richardson adds a touch of Hollywood magic to the production. Yet the film's narrative and character development feel undercooked. The story of Tupac's journey from savage to enlightened man is simplistic, and the romance with Loana lacks depth. The fight with Pato, while action-packed, feels more like a spectacle than a meaningful conflict. Ultimately, 1,000,000 years BC is a mixed bag, a visually stunning but narratively shallow adventure. It's a must-watch for fans of classic sci-fi and fantasy, particularly those who appreciate Harryhausen's craftsmanship. However, for general audiences, it's more of a curiosity than a masterpiece. If you're in the mood for a trip back to the Stone Age with a side of 60s glamour, give it a go. Just don't expect Shakespeare. Final verdict: a visually impressive but narratively thin prehistoric romp that's worth a watch for its cultural significance and technical achievements.